Hey, Dutch, how are you tonight? Just getting everything set up here. We'll be going here in a second. Hey, everybody that's watching, put the link in the live stream on the chat if you want to join the live stream. You're more than welcome. Terry posted that he wasn't able to do it tonight, and I didn't see anybody else doing a stream, so I thought I would throw one up just in case anybody wanted to hang out for a while. Let's see, we have Dutch here there. He really likes my cattle small scale 56 Cadillac that I posted yesterday. And we just finished today. We finished Darth Vader's TIE Fighter with the lighting in it, and I will be doing a video on that later tonight to have that up for the weekend. I also spent today, got a new display case in for my model cars. I've just got it finished putting it up. Hey JT, you're welcome to jump in if you'd like. We're just hanging out, shooting the bull. I just finished that, and I'm probably going to work on my start on my 16 scale Mustang down here this evening. Or I've started on it already, but I'll work on it some more. We're doing this for the NNL Southern Nationals at the Acme show, which is one of their themes is the 60 years of the Mustang, and the other one is pickup trucks, and it is going to be October 26th, the Clarence Brown Convention Center, Cartersville, Georgia. It's about a 10-hour drive for me, but I try to get to this show every year. It's an NNL style show, so there's just popular voting for the top 10, and that's it. I mean, but there's great vendors. We do a lot of YouTube stuff. It's kind of a meeting of the YouTube community, and we have a great time. We hang out for the weekend and just kind of go nuts. It's like a class reunion is what it's like. It's just a blast. We get together on Friday night at the Host Hotel and have dinner. They last year provided us dinner there, and then we had a big party on the patio. Saturday went to show. Then after the show, everybody went to dinner together as a group. We took over the entire patio, this little bar and grill. Well, if you're welcome, pop in if you want, Dutch. We'll be here. Hey, bud. How are you doing this evening? Yeah, so anyway, for Acme, I am going to be building the 16 scale 64.5 Mustang. We do a combination of the custom. You can build it either custom or stock. I'll be doing probably a combination. I'm probably going to look for some different wheels. I'm going to try and talk to Jay's Resin Wheels and see if he can make me a set of Eleanor wheels for it. That's a possibility. I haven't decided on a color yet or anything. I'm just getting started on it. The only thing I've done so far is start cleaning up the body. And it had some pretty nasty sink marks here in the front. I know it's going to be hard to see with the lighting, but right at the very front of the fender had some pretty nasty sink marks. I've got those filled in. And we're going to start building on it this evening, I believe. It does have, obviously, as you can see, it has opening doors. Comes with the 289 motor there, but it comes with the Cobra parts to upgrade the motor. That's what we're going to be working. Yeah, well, I wanted something that because there's going to be probably 200 Mustangs sitting on the table there for the hey Jason, you're welcome to pop in if you want. on the table there because it's 60 years of the Mustang is the theme, one of the themes. I just wanted something that's gonna stick out a little, above the 4 scale, 2 scale Mustangs that'll be on the table. Something with that'll stand out in a little bit. So that's why I picked this one because I'm not a Ford guy. I'm not a Mustang guy at all. The only thing I know about Mustangs is that they were originally intended to be sold as a ladies' car, and it was the start of the quote unquote pony car era. I'm more of a big muscle car. The Chevelles, Impalas, and GTOs. I had a '67 GTO. It was a wonderful car, and then you got into the Firebirds. I had Firebird, and then we ended up with trucks and all down the road. But by then the era was over. The gas crunch had hit, and there wasn't a whole lot of muscle car. Everything turned into square boxes. I mean, even the Cadillacs, they cut the ass end off of the Cadillacs, which really looked weird if you ever saw one of those. It was like the full size Cadillac, and they just cut the whole trunk off right behind the rear wheels. They just cut everything behind the rear tires. They just cut off. Let's see here. Let me throw some wrenches at you guys. Get going here. By having a wrench that allows you to you can post links to your channel or things like that. And as long as I'm at least familiar with you, then I'll give you the wrench so that you can add. That you say you can add your links or whatnot. Anybody would like is welcome to click on the link at the top and join the chat because I'm not real good at having a conversation myself. Cool, Jameson. I know that you're going to load it up with full lighting package. That'll be really cool. Hey, Kevin. How are you this evening? You're more than welcome to join in if you'd like. The link's at the top of the chat. Yes, King Bob is in the house. He's actually right here. He stays on my bench all the time. Of course, Marcy has his twin brother now. I said that tonight we're going to work on start on the Mustang kit for Acme. It's really nice. It does come with flannel tubing for my spark plugs and spark plug wires and radiator hoses. We'll probably add some plumbing to it. So I'm thinking I'm going to add aftermarket wheels. It does come with a. Let me open it up here. If you build the stock variant, it comes with the hubcaps with the spinners on it. Or if you go for the custom version, it has like the Keystone Krager type tires, wheels, and it comes with a wider tire. Or if you do the stock version, it has the hubcap. The spinners are on another chrome tree. And it has the Cobra intake, your air breather, the Cobra valve covers, and the Cobra oil pan to go on the engine. So you've got those. Hello, Horton. Hot Rod Shop. You're welcome to join the chat if you would like, or join the live stream where you can have 6 people in here because I'm using the free version of the StreamYard. If it gets popular enough and I start doing it more, we'll up it to the heavier one. But right now, we're just sticking with the free one. Yeah, the custom wheels our custom tires are rubber Goodyears. G6014s or C6014s. I can't. My eyes aren't good enough to read that. Rally GTs. It's nice to it does. Oh, it also has if you're doing a stock one, it comes with white walls for your tires for the stock tires. It does have a 2-piece grill section for the Mustang on the Mustang badge on the nose is a separate piece, which is nice. Of course, it's broken in this one. We'll glue it and we'll strip it and glue it. It'll work out. The skid is about 30 years old or so. I mean, it's been repopped, but this was. Sure. Jason, whenever you're ready, you can pop in. Everybody won't have to listen to me talk to myself. I tend not to talk a whole lot when I'm involved in modeling. And if I stop talking and you see my tongue sticking out, then you know I'm definitely concentrating on something heavily. I'm going to try and get the glue back together here. It is the AMT. It does have a. I want to say this came out in the 80s. It does have a UPC panel on it, so that would be late 70s, early at least late 70s into the 80s. Well, thanks for dropping in. We appreciate it. Yeah, so that's a good sign. And if you see me with my tongue out, then I'm definitely concentrating on something. There we go. Put a little glue on that piece that's broken and let it set. All right, let's start finding some engine parts. Like every car kit, you always start with the engine. Oh, I built this kit. Oh God, probably say 25, 30 years ago. It was actually in the same color plastic, and I used the black pony decals on it. Uh, in fact, it wasn't not too long ago when I finally just broke down. It was in such bad shape that I just finally broke down and tossed it in the trash. It was beat up bad. When I went to college and moved out of the house, all my models went into boxes in the basement, and most of them survived, but not all. But most definitely, my skill set was not the same that it is now. So a lot of those models were not in good shape to begin with. So a lot of things you see me building lately are reruns of kits that I built as a child and reliving my childhood by building those kits again as an adult. The thing, um, the difference in techniques and styles. I mean, back when I was started building kits, I had basically orange tube glue and a hobby knife. That was it. That was my tools. For paints, I had testers, the little 10 pack of testers on ammo paints, and the little white handle. I think I even still have. I think they're in the other room. Some of those white handled testers brushes, and that's how you did it. And I would build a model, even a model like this, so it would be completely built in a day because most of the time I didn't paint bodies because I didn't have spray paint or wasn't allowed to use spray paint, and no clear coats or anything like that. The decals just went straight on the bare plastic. I'm building this for the NNL Southern Nationals, the Acme show, which is in Cartersville, Georgia, / a suburb of Atlanta, and they're one of their teams is the 60 years of Mustangs, and their secondary theme is trucks. Last year it was the 70 years of Corvette, 100 years Le Mans, and then I forgot what the third one even was. Not NASCAR, celebrating NASCAR. So that's what I'm building this for. So I'm not a huge into Mustangs to begin with, but I wanted something to enter in the show. So that's why we're building. Why we're building this one. Hey, Cliff. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, I'm always impressed by the Patriot Guard and the veterans that show up for their brothers' funerals. It it helps bring forth the importance of the job that they did, uh, and that they risked their lives for us, so that we can live in a free country. But I'm glad you were there to that you were there to help carry him home. Well, it shows that you're here.
Hey, what's going on, y'all?
Hey,
Just
Cliff.
a little easier to drive and stuff like that. And yeah, good to see you, Bob, and everyone out there. Well, let me see if I can pull up the chat. Oh, that's where we got the comments. There we go. So yeah, there was a soldier who just passed us last week here. He was on part of the COVID mission, which we have going on here and stuff like that, as an officer. And since I ride with the CVMA, and it's like one of the things with do like a flag line. Our treasurer, he is his guy, and he worked with him directly and stuff like that. So yeah, it was just kind of one of them things to. It's the word I'm looking for. It's always hard when you lose a soldier, and it was just great that we were able to, actually have the flag line for him and show up. There's about 6 of us that showed up to do it. Unfortunately, I won't be able to go to the funeral tomorrow, but at least showed up for the calling hours tonight and ran into quite a few people that I served with at one point, and it's just crazy where life takes you. It's nuts.
Yeah. I've attended several friends' funerals who served, and it was really made me gave me a warm feeling to see you guys there, the Patriot Riders and the flag bearers and the whole works. That to help show respect, and I think that's something people are missing. They lacked it or forget about putting up those men, put their lives on men and women, put their lives on the line to keep us safe, and it's and giving them their final honors is something that shouldn't ever not happen.
Exactly. No, it's good. I mean, I'm just kind of hanging out because, like I said, it's a little easier to drive. Okay, there's the comments. No, thanks, Jason. That's what we try to do. It's one of the things that's weird. I mean, yeah, it's just hard regardless. I mean, there's quite a few veterans in the model community and stuff like that. Appreciate everything that everybody does. Let's see, it should be Main Street. So yeah, I'll just go through the east side. Hell with it. So yeah, I seen Jan, and just wanted to kind of hang out with everybody. So you're working on the Mustang?
Yeah, yeah. I'm just getting started on it. Yeah, Terry posted on his
Nice.
community page that he couldn't do it tonight, and looking for somebody to do it. And it got to be 7 o'clock, and nobody had started
Yeah.
one, so I just screw it. I'll put one up.
Yeah, no, that's cool. No, I just, like I said, like, you guys come out and support me on my live streams, and I try to do what I can to come out and support you on your guys' live stream. So,
Oh, I appreciate it.
Unfortunately, I'm just driving at the moment, but
That's all right.
but yeah. So
Well, lives are kind of like my favorite TV show. I mean, you get used to being there and doing them, and when they're not there, you miss out. You feel like you're missing out. And
yep,
hopefully
you're
Terry
right.
gets a notification, and he can at least pop in and listen a little bit.
Let's see, is that 370? No, I gotta go up the next block and then make a right. It's been a while since I've been to this side of town when it's dark out.
Yeah.
It's a little dark out now. All right.
Well, we don't have that problem here. Small town.
Oh.
There's only 2 stoplights and then one funeral parlor, so you kind of hard to get lost.
Yeah, well, I'm in the big metropolis of Syracuse. Well, I'm actually outside of Syracuse, so let's see. Onondaga Parkway, yeah, I'm heading right. Low Bridge. Everybody, I'm going to go under that bridge eventually. The parkway there that, everybody decides to hit here in New York, especially in Syracuse. The Onondaga Lake Parkway. It's a 10-9 bridge, so.
Oh.
And they got all sorts of signs and warnings, and people still hit that damn thing. It's nuts.
Yeah, I believe so. Jeez. I know there's a YouTube channel for that one. There's one bridge somewhere in the east that they got a camera set up there 24/7 just to watch people crash their
Yeah,
truck.
it's the 12. I think it's a 12-6. Yeah, I think it's like either 12-4 or a 12-6 bridge, and I want to say it's down toward Albany, Utica area is where that one is. I've seen the feed that you're talking about, where they have people just randomly on it, almost a daily occurrence, like cap that bridge.
Yeah, peel the top of their trailers off or their air conditioners off their RVs. And
Oh, it makes for great entertainment. Oh shit, good time. Yeah, I gotta have a couple Mustangs I gotta be working on. Most of them are gonna be the mission build, so
yeah, I'm gonna do this one for Acme. Just want to do it with the large scale. I think it'll just stand out on that sea of models that are going to be there. You won't get lost in the crowd as much.
let's see. Yeah, thing. Well, one of the commission builds is going to be like an Eleanor clone, and then I got another one which is going to be a '71 Mustang Mach 1 based on a real true 1-to-1 that buddy Jerry Anthony, or not Jerry, Doug Anthony had died, and he was a good friend of my father. We went to school together, and I'm gonna build his 1-to-1 Mustang Mach 1. And I think I had like another Mustang I was gonna do just for the shits and giggles. It'll probably be the Acme theme or tie it in somehow. Whether I get them done or not, that's another story.
Yeah. See, I haven't decided on color or anything on this yet. I'm just getting started on it. Just building it just for Acme. Trying to find.
Did you see the one Daniel's doing? Munch Modeling Man. He's doing Kit 3000.
Oh, cool.
There. See, come on, fucking let me over, you ass. Oh, fine. I'll just go out Bear Street. Fuck you then. Where I'm at now. There you go. Go to Destiny and die. Okay, now I turned off. I was gonna say I just had a car behind me and it looked like a Charger, so I was like, oh, that ain't a trooper, but it wasn't. He ended up blowing the other side. He's at 81 southbound, so.
Yeah, it's hard to tell in the dark. During the daytime, you can tell because their grills are different.
Right, in the daytime. This was at night. All you seen is the lights.
Yeah. So at least here they do the on the patrol cars. The grills are different than the stock ones, so you can pick up that grill, and even if they don't have the push bar on the front.
Yeah, Seamus, that's what he's doing. It's like cool because I got them same light kits. Yeah, it's hard to tell, especially at night. Now the other thing is too that New York State blue that they paint theirs. That's like a real catchy color too, because it's not black, but it blends in really well. However, that big yellow stripe going down the side, yeah, that's a good way. That's a good way to tell. But if they park just right, they get in where some of them road signs are, and it blends in with the mile marker sticks. It's nuts.
Yeah, here they get whatever color car is available. The Highway Patrol, they have all different color cars.
Wow. Huh.
Whatever
cool.
color they got that day.
Oh, so you could actually have like an unmarked that looks like a regular car, and it's actually a police car, and you wouldn't know it.
Right.
Oh, even no shit.
Just have the unless they have, well, with those low profile lights on top, you can't hardly see them anyway. But other than the badges on the side of the car, you can't even tell. Except for they have a different grill in them than a normal one does, and a lot of them have the push bars on them. And then they have the cheapest wheels they could get. They don't have the fancy wheels. That's
the steel wheels with just the chrome like center cap plastic.
Yeah. They tend to be the lighter colors. I've never seen a black one, but they're usually the grays or the whites or the light reds. Any other color, especially when they're still running the Crown Vics, it could be any color. Of course, those were easy to spot.
Oh yeah, Crown Vics are real easy to spot. Even civilian ones, when they're actually civilian, they just pick them up police auction. They're easy to spot the Intercept. I know I almost got hemmed up in Washington State. So Washington State has a couple of like unmarked cars like you were talking about, but they're actual like sports cars. And it's like you sit there, you go to race them, and they end up like pulling you over, which is kind of cheating. But yeah, I was gonna race this tour style Camaro. I think it was like an 03, no, 02. One of the last years they made the Camaro and it was on the highway, but it was actually a highway patrol guy. And I'm like, oh, hey, yeah, let's, yeah. And then all of a sudden he like rolled down the window because I was still in my Army uniform. He rolled down the window and I seen it was a actual cop sitting there. I'm like, oh, okay, yep. I'm not going to be fucking with you because I'll beat you and you'll get pissed off and fucking pull me over and write me a ticket.
Yeah.
Hey, what's going on, Paul? I got to pay attention to the chat. No.
Hey, Paul.
One of them things that like mounts this on the dash. So if y'all can kind of see what I see. But right now ain't really a whole lot. But there are like billboards and other lights and other stuff. So at least got that going for me. Bang over a lane. And all we got is lights and some signs. Let me see if I can go back to the. So is it just you and me in here? Anyone else actually jump in?
Jason just popped
Hey there, guy.
in. Let me put him in here. Here comes Jason.
Oh, nice.
Hello, guys. How's it going?
Nice. What's up, Jason? Oh, not much.
All right.
That would have been bad. Good thing I was on the ball. That guy was actually doing the speed limit. I'm doing better than the speed limit, so. Wonder why it was coming up a little faster than I would like them to.
Like I said, Cliffy, thanks for all you do for the military people. That goes a long ways.
Yes, it does. Like I said, it's just crazy. It's kind of surreal that that. Like, I mean, like I said, a lot of decent people. Like I said, it was great that I got to do that, and that's what now that I'm semi-retired myself, I got that bordered out and shit. Now I can actually take that time to dedicate to them soldiers and stuff like that, and do that and support veteran causes because that's what it's all about.
Yep.
For a small group.
When my father came home from Vietnam, man, he was treated very badly. So,
Yes, them Vietnam guys had it fucking rough. Anytime I see her get a chance to hang out with a Vietnam guy or buy him a coffee, depending on where I'm at, or I welcome them home because they never had that welcome when they got home.
no, and my dad said that, when he got back too, people would say rude comments to him, like, you were
Oh,
hurting innocent people and all this stuff. He's like, I had no choice. I was drafted,
exactly. Oh, yeah, no, that's also another thing, too, in the draft. Guys didn't really have a say on what was going on. It was like, your number's up. Hey, guess what? Or,
Yeah.
unless you wanted to go to Canada or be like what they call a draft dodger, then you're just bigger fucking coward. But, it's like, you're drafted, you stepped up, you did your time, you got a skill out of it, come back a little fucked up.
Yeah.
That's how it fortunately goes. And it's crazy that it's just nuts. Like, and I mean, it's like when I was in Iraq, 04, 05, and in the early 2000s and stuff like that, and kind of the early part of my career, because I joined in 2000 and I was active duty that whole time. And we went to Iraq in 04, 05 with the 25th, and then 07, 08 with the 2nd Cavalry. And that right there, I mean, everybody, the support we had was just amazing. Just
That's
amazing.
good.
It's like you get off the plane and you're walking down the corridor, especially you get like Bangor, Maine, which was one of the big portals, or Dallas, Fort Worth, Atlanta when you come home on leave. And they would have just all sorts of people flying the corridors when they have them military welcome home flights, flying the corridors on both sides. It's just a feeling that it's kind of hard to describe if you've never. It's like one of the things you got to actually experience.
Yep.
And them Vietnam guys got the raw end of the stick. Like, that was just weird point. And hey, what's going on, Bruce?
Hey, Bruce.
Hey, Bruce.
Watched your video today. That was pretty cool. Again. I'll leave that one alone. Sorry. I'll say that for like a Monday. Not that I'm going to jump on like a political soapbox, because this had nothing to do with that, but it's just, fucking politicians and stuff like that need to fucking learn that it's we the people, not fucking control us. We have a constitution for a reason. And
I told my dad. I told my dad to jump in on his YouTube and watch your Monday night stream. I said, yeah, you would enjoy Cliffy's "fuck your feelings" section.
Oh yeah, because there's quite a bit. I mean, I don't know. This week it was like weird. I had just like a memory dump brain fart. I'm like, no fuck your feelings this week. But there's always next week. But it keeps everybody on their toes because it just like, and a lot of stuff gets banned. A lot of people don't realize. And there's this guy. I'm gonna probably mess up his name. It's James Wharton. I think the guy's name is James Wharton. He's actually, probably his channel is still up, but he's got a hellacious message. And I was listening to one of his videos, and they were talking about how everything is this plan, talked about Operation Zeus, which is basically kind of boils down to a little bit of the Great Reset, how everything is playing out the way it is. And yeah, there's a lot of shit that makes sense. It's been going on for quite some time, even before Clinton, but like kind of really picking up and getting noticeable around the time Clinton came into office.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you got the Bushes, the Obamas. Now, the reason why Hillary was supposed to win, it would have carried on everything that was going on through, like how the plan was. But they had that 4 years of Donald Trump, which fucking threw a monkey wrench into everything. So that's why they're trying, because he's been exposing a lot of shit. You hate the guy, like the guy, whatever. I mean, you know, it's just there's a lot of shit that got blown open. There's a lot of shit that got blown open. You know, that James Warden guy kind of goes over it. And he's also got people who are in SEAL teams and shit like that who kind of know what's going on. It's, yeah, well, here's the thing. You hit an F-16 with an EMP, that fucker's coming out of the sky. Just saying. Energy directed weapon. It's coming out of the sky. You hit it with an EMP.
But you also have to get all those soldiers to be corrupt to kill their families and friends.
Exactly, and that's the other thing too, because I'm pretty sure that the soldiers ain't gonna fucking do that. They ain't gonna go around and kill other people's other people's family. That's why I think he was talking about something. I'm trying to remember. I'll have to go back through and re-listen to it. But he was even saying that's why it's like if there was ever one of these, they would take like National Guard / military, whatever, from different states and deploy them to other states. So there'd be that less likely to come across your own family.
Right.
Which the soldiers shouldn't do that. Like, that's why I think they're also trying to get a bunch of them Antifa woke military types that are easily brainwashed. Hey, Mars, what's up? To come in and like, oh, hey, let's not get rid of the whole, thing. Let's get rid of this strong, manly man that can actually defend themselves and get a bunch of college educated, blue hair freaks and, to like sit there. And then when China goes to invade, they can just roll right over everybody because there's no men left. They're just soy boys. It's. But, I mean, I think guy's name is
all a big mess.
Josh Warden. I'll have to. Yeah, that too. It's a big mess, but I was also I just something not throwing out there. Like I said, I'll work on saving after like a Monday night. It's Bob's dream. I'm off my soapbox. We're good.
So Cliffy,
yeah.
Question for you: where did you get those axles that you're putting on your USAC build? Are those 3D printed, or did you kit bash those?
I kit bashed them. I took them out of semi truck axles.
Okay.
So what I did is I took the semi truck axles and I cut the splitter off it, just enough for like a flat piece, where you cut it off, and I just rotated the axle 90 degrees and glued the splitter piece where the drive shaft goes in. Glued that on top, filled it in, and put a little bit of putty and some styrene and sanded it out. And that's really all I did. And then I took a bunch of evergreen and tried to manipulate like a rock ram steering.
Okay.
And I used some of these little necklace clip things, or not the necklace clips. They're like little for jewelry, for
Jump
like
ring,
bead jewelry.
little tiny circles.
Yeah, they're like little tiny circle things,
Yeah, those are
and
jump rings.
yeah,
Okay.
they're like little rings, but they can also, like, you squeeze them on the end of like styrene. You want to use the solid rod. I want to say probably like 3/16 or like kind of like a smaller whatever size, depending on the size of your circles or your little clasp things there. And so I kind of made like the tie rod ends and like just took styrene and made little ends and yeah, it took a little bit. It was all kind of scratch built, but really it was just nuts because I was like sitting there thinking about it and how I come across it as I was looking at the semi truck axles on my desk. Well, one of them, the axle was like facing up, and then the other one was kind of laid weird on its like side where the shaft, like where the pinion gear would come out and go like in there. And I'm like looking at both of them just kind of sitting there on the desk, and I'm like, wait a minute. All I gotta do is just cut the differential off where the pinion gear is, turn the axle 90 degrees so that the actual diff cover would be on the bottom, and where I cut it off, just change the clocking of the differential, or basically like the splitter pinion gear thing, and glued it on top, and then, like I said, just did the fill in the work. It was just by accident, actually, but I was like, hey, I just made Rockwells, and once I got it all done, I'm like, holy shit, it looks like a Rockwell axle.
That's awesome.
So, that's something I may do, is like a small little short on or something like that, because I got a bunch of them semi truck axles that I had bought at the fair or at the Syracuse Nationals, and it had like extra engines. That's where I sent Mark them extra, CAT engines from, and where I got like a bunch of semi truck axles. I just happened to look, and I'm like, light bulb. But not that I kind of screwed myself, but I can always just put a little lifting block on the axle. I think I'm going to go with a leaf sprung suspension. I decided to change my mind at in the middle of it. I'm like, I kind of like the ruggedness of the old school leaf spring, because that would have been the correct for that era.
Right.
Oh, that's why I was like second guess. I'm like, I want to kind of keep that era, but I mean, the Whipple superchargers were 3D printed by Miguel. That's his file. They're Hobbyworks for the Whipple superchargers. And then I just mounted, what the hell is it? And then I just basically mounted them to like the stock intakes on the 5.0 engines that came in the kit.
Okay.
So that was.
Yeah, I got an idea for like a shop truck, but I wanna kind of do something similar like what you did there with that USAC build. So I need some big tough axles.
Yeah.
Because I found a file for the 24 valve Dodge Cummins diesel motor.
Oh.
So I really I don't want to put a diesel motor like that in the truck and then have,
With
a half-ton axles.
It'll go step,
It is only
twist.
plastic.
Right. Still.
You can only
Well,
spend
that's
this
part of the
way
reason why I went
far.
with the Rockwells. Because,
Yeah.
going through there, that's why I went with the Rockwells. I'm like, if I just ran a regular 4x4, like, you know, half-ton axle on there, that would not look cool with them, like, super singles, and that twist the shit out of that axle.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, we'll just, but yeah, I can actually, that's not a problem. Like I said, they're,
just out. Don't even start.
Yeah, I mean, if you get time, send me some detailed pictures of them when you got time. You don't need to do it tonight. And then if you remember what
yeah, I
kit
mean,
you
I'm heading
bashed them
home. I
out
got
of.
to eventually get the Gunther out, because
Yep. But it will at least give me some
actually,
ideas,
I'm not 100%
you know.
sure, but I can look at some of the semi-trucks. I want to say one of them might have been probably one of the international kits. I'm just going to trying to remember some of the engines that were in that, and I'm sure, I think one of them might have been the auto car. I think there was an international one as far as the engine, so it might be those particular kits. Yeah, I'll look at some of the actual kits that I got to see, because, you know, there's the, there's so many, but it's like, if you want small with a splitter on it, the big pinion on the front. So.
And that's the thing, like this week up here, Hobby Lobby's got everything on sale. So if it's a semi kit that they have there, then that's best time for me to bash parts out of something that I got 40% off.
Yeah, don't remind me. I gotta
Right.
go there tomorrow.
I was there
I was
today
actually
once.
just there.
I passed by today. I was busy doing important things.
Well, funny story. I did stop there. I did not buy any kits, but holy fuck. Price of plastic went up from like last time I was up there at Hobby Lobby. Holy hell.
Yeah.
Like $32 for that 29 Ford.
They
Yeah.
had their
Fucking
prices high forever.
I'm like,
up
holy
way over
shit.
MSRP.
Well, even like that 68 Revell Charger, the 2-in-1, it's $39 now.
Yeah. The semi trucks were ridiculous. They're almost 60.
Yep. That's what I said. And the hobby shops near here too, they're kind of those prices as well. So if you're gonna kit bash something,
hobby shop.
Well,
yeah, I agree. I buy from everybody. That's the thing. I hit all the Hobby Lobbies, and but the only thing we don't have is those what are those ones that Terry was buying real cheap? What the hell are those stores again? Yeah, we don't have any Ollies up here.
We got them, but the problem is it's like a crapshoot with the Ollies, because like sometimes we had like some kits, but it's like few and far between. But then you get other people who kind of know when they come in and can get there before you, and they buy a bunch of them.
They literally long arm entire shelves into a cart. There's no limit on individual items.
Right, that's what I mean. There's no limit. They're making their money regardless.
No rules.
Yeah. And it's a damn shame, because it's a damn shame too.
You know, I usually get pretty lucky. I know a couple people that work there, and they'll text me when a load's coming in, so I can get there and watch them unbox and see what comes in the truck. They don't get a list of everything prior to the truck showing up. They just get notification that they're getting a truck.
Yeah, and whatever's on the truck is on the truck.
Boxes is what they have. Yeah, they don't like order stuff purposely like regular stores, because they're an end of lot type business. And
oh, gotcha.
If there's any toys in the lot, I'm the first one in the boxes.
Right, it's whatever they decide to throw in the box. Like, it was weird. I was helping a buddy do, like, he went there and got some of that kind of cheap waterproof laminate flooring. And of course he misplanned it and figured out what it was. Once we got what was there and thought we needed, yeah, come to find out he needed like 6 more boxes.
And they didn't have it.
And they didn't have it. They only had 2 of the boxes left.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, we need another 4 of these. And of course we looked through them all.
Project like that, you have to know exactly what you need.
Well, I was more of the hired mule to do it. He was the one fronting it, so I was just a dumb guy. So the hired labor.
Yeah. And a project like that, even if you're absolutely certain on your number, you always buy extra.
Oh yeah, you always
return
buy
them.
extra. Yep. But yeah, I
Yeah,
was like,
you're bound to fuck something up once in a while.
Or
that is
just
true.
not have enough, like this instance.
Yeah.
Yep. And then it's like you go back and try to find the same color. So he ended up finishing it with something close, but you could tell a huge difference that it
Yeah.
wasn't.
I see some cheap area rugs in his future. They got those too.
Yeah, that's right. They actually do have some decent area rugs for pretty cheap. Not gonna lie, they do.
Yeah, I get bath towels there too. They have a really good deal on bath towels.
No, that's actually one place I've never actually gotten bath, but I've also got a shit ton of bath towels too.
Yeah, you gotta look though, because some of them are really poor quality, and no matter how many times you wash them, they get little dust bunnies coming out of them. Like the
Yeah, and
fabric
that's when
is
it's time to
constantly
retire 'em.
shedding. So you really gotta watch what you get. But I've gotten a lot of really decent towels there. Once in a blue moon, you find something like socks or maybe a jacket or shoes, slippers. You never know. It's like a
Yeah,
hit or miss.
yeah, like they'll have like closeouts on shirts and stuff like that, and it's like weird. And it's like just regular shirts and stuff like that.
Hmm.
Who cares if it says this on it? But it's like
Yeah, ours have
they're
a lot of like towels and bedding. I got like the $70-$80 quilt and pillow sham sheet sets for like $25.
yeah. I was gonna say
It's like,
the
yeah,
bamboo
I'm all over
pillows.
that.
Teresa bought one of them bamboo pillows from there. That was actually like pretty good for like stupid cheap. I think it was like 8, 10, or I think it was like $10 for like one of them
They were
bamboo
$10
pillows.
around Christmas time. They had skid after skid of them at my store.
Yeah,
I didn't get one. No, I like regular feather pillows.
I like my down, but
I'm a pillow
almost want to
purist.
buy
I wouldn't
one.
sleep
But
on anything that's not feathers.
well, I don't know. I got her just something that because she likes the pillows on the bed. I'm like, don't. It's one of them, man, woman, like, you got to have the pillows on the bed. I'm like, I ain't a big fan of pillows. Like, you can just sleep on it.
Yeah, I have two. That's all I need is two. And they're totally feather pillows.
Yeah, the down pillows and stuff like that are nice, so I love them. So nice. So nice. Yeah. I drive through fucking. Why am I going through Auburn? Could have went.
Where are you?
I'm actually on Grant Ave in Auburn at the intersection of Stewart and Grant.
So almost done.
So I'm right by a Dunkin' Donuts, a Fast Track. Got a Walgreens and a Rite Aid.
Man, Dunkin' Donuts. Go get some Bavarian creams.
Yep. Just drove by the Dunkin' Donuts. So got no. Actually, I gotta stop in there. I've gotten that Rust-Oleum paint or not Duplicolor paint out of O'Reilly's, and it's actually not too bad actually.
Oh, the Duplicolor car, the car.
Yeah, the car paint.
Yeah.
Because you can get your factory colors in a large can, and it actually works pretty good.
You got to be careful with that stuff on older kits because it'll cook them. It's okay on new plastic with a good primer, but the old plastic, it'll eat through everything right to the plastic.
Even with a good primer? Because that's what I normally use. I normally use a primer when I'm spraying that stuff. Just because, I don't want it to burn through the plastic.
Yeah, well, like I said, even if you do use high quality primer on the old plastic, combination is still going to go through it like acid. So if you're doing older kits, be careful of what paint you're using.
Yeah, I was going to say, most of my shit's been like a lot newer. So that's actually good to know information, Marcy.
It's a bummer you can't use it on everything because it is good paint.
Right. However, I did actually go to Ollie's the other day because I was actually looking for gray primer because I forgot I had 3 cans of primer and they're all almost empty. Like a retard, when I moved them, I just threw them back in a box, and then it was like, oh, that one's empty. Okay, get out there. I'm like, oh shit, why is this one almost empty? Oh, dumbass! You should have just. They were that close to empty. You should have just thrown them out. Oh,
Well, you can always decant the remnants if they're all the same color. Just decant them into a container and spray with airbrush.
but I did find this Krylon Spiced Amber is actually a really nice color. It was like, it was weird because I ended up walking out of that. Let's see, I walked out of Ollie's with Spiced Amber paint, like 2 cans of expired Pringles. Well, they had the Christmas Santa on the can, so for like $1.
Yeah, they're still good. Those things have like a 5-year shelf life.
Yeah. What the hell? There was something else.
That's
It was
something
like,
too you gotta watch if you are buying any kind of food there. There's some things that are just too close to the sell-by date. Make
yeah.
sure whatever you're buying you're gonna use up quick.
Yep.
I agree,
That kind of
Kevin.
stuff in there occasionally.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that primer is good stuff, Kevin. It's just that stuff's expensive too.
Yeah, same primer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the other thing is too. It's like I ended up actually having to go to Home Depot in the same plaza to get my
Yeah.
primer. God damn, I can't believe how much. That's like fucking $8 a can.
Oh yeah.
But I also got the X2 primer, so I mean,
Yeah,
it don't take a
I
lot.
pay more than that for the freaking Tamiya and the 1500. But a little goes a long way, and the quality products are consistent. I don't have to be concerned about what I spray them on.
Jesus Christ, bumper humper. Get a little closer to her. Fuck, bud. I'll make sure your insurance is good. I know mine is. I'm in my truck. Mine's paid for.
Right?
Mine's paid for. I don't care.
Well,
I mean,
shit,
I do, but I don't.
I wouldn't care if it was paid for. It's fully insured. You fucking hit it, you're fixing it or replacing it.
I wish somebody run into
Well,
my
you-
car. I want to get a new one.
I want to get a new one.
Dude, don't
Well,
even say that.
That's why I got that Gap insurance, especially on the new one. Yep, there's
you
that
always
bitch.
get
Walk
that.
away.
That makes up the difference.
Yep. Makes up difference. Like, yep,
Yeah,
fuck you, I'm going.
Every time I know there's a storm coming, I park my car under this great big
What
tree
is that?
down the street.
And Oprah branch falls, yeah.
Oh, never mind. This was fucking Gator Nades. I'm like, who the fuck is riding a snowmobile on the road? That's one of them Can-Am Spiders.
Yeah.
It was dumb.
I'm like, what the fuck is that thing? It's got a snowmobile. I'm like, that don't look like a snowmobile. I mean, it does, but it don't. But it was weird just coming at me with the lights, and I'm like, and then I finally got on top. I'm like, oh, okay, it's a fucking Can-Am Spider. You know, I've never really
There's a
seen
guy
them
here
things
in
at
the
night.
neighborhood that's got one. Those are cool.
No, they are cool, and to me, they'll always be just a snowmobile with wheels.
Yeah. No argument there. I actually got to ride one. It was cool. It did handle like a snowmobile.
Oh, well, they got the Slingshot, which is like the other one, which is like the side-by-side, but it's got like a motorcycle engine in it. It's not classified as a motorcycle, but they do classify it as a motorcycle because it's a three-wheeler. So they classify it as a motorcycle because it's a three-wheeler.
Yeah, and it goes over a specific speed limit. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just, or maybe it's a crossbow. Okay. Oh, that's KTM has crossbow. Polaris has like the Slingshot. So
Now, last year, the bike shop had a charity drive, and the prize was a spider.
mm,
So it's like, yeah, it's a good cause, and if I win, I win, you know? So I put my head in for that, and didn't win it. Somebody I knew won it.
I wouldn't mind having one just for running around town and stuff. Just for the
I
pure
wouldn't
gas.
want to ride one out here.
Well, yeah, you
have
will.
to put it on a trailer and drive it somewhere else to actually safely ride it.
yeah.
Like I said earlier, I live in a town that has 2 stoplights. So
Yeah, you don't
the
have a ton
country,
of people.
the country is literally 2 blocks away.
Yeah, I'm a little too close for comfort to civilization to be riding on anything less than being completely wrapped in metal with 4 wheels.
Yeah, especially out where you live, Marcy. Yeah.
I'm between 2 of the major universities, and I'm, right off of 23, so yeah, no.
Oh, yeah. 2 years.
No,
Oh, yeah, 2. Oh, that's even asking for it right there. Shit.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. It's never anybody else's fault until you take them to court and the judge says otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
no, the nearest McDonald's is 17 miles away from my house. That gives you an idea how far
Yeah,
I live.
nearest McDonald's for me is across the street. Literally out the driveway, turn right, turn left to the intersection, turn right into their driveway.
Holy shit! I just drove past the closest McDonald's to me.
Right before the fucking exit to get on 23.
And Walmart is 25 miles from my house.
So. Hey, what's going on, Big Charlie?
Walmart is
Hey, Big Charlie.
Saline, about 15 minutes, maybe, and that's if the road's busy, because you can only drive 50 on that road, and the cop shop is on that road, and they kind of hang around down there.
Yeah, there's only 3,000 people in my town.
Yeah, Temperance never changed, Kevin. It's still the same shithole.
Mm-hmm. Wow, that would have been bad. I just had almost hit a porcupine and a fucking skunk.
Ew.
I'm like, wow, that would have really sucked.
Other than the deer running into me, the only thing I've ever hit was a possum.
At least they're far enough to
no, it wasn't a possum.
Armored possums here, like we have here, and freaking armored possums are a pain in the ass.
Well, no, this wasn't an armored possum. It didn't have that tail on it.
Fucker with a rat tail.
This was an actual
freeway, and there was no way I could slow down. So I just closed my eyes. I'm like, sorry, dude, bud.
Well, I didn't really want to hit a skunk. I mean, a porcupine, it would have been But with my luck, I would have hit the fucker and I would have gotten a bunch of the quills in the fucking tire. That would have been my luck.
Yeah, something you definitely don't want to have on the car with Gunther, because he'll be the first one to go after it. He could get sick from it.
Especially a skunk.
Any of it, he could get sick from it, regardless of the stench,
Yeah.
Dogs are kind of dumb. It smells like food. They're going to go get it. Even if it's stinky food, it's food.
I made a good time actually getting out of Liverpool and stuff like that to kind of back home, but no, I ain't home yet. Almost. I'm on the main route of 326, which ain't really a main route, but it's a route that goes between Auburn and Union Springs, so.
Okay. I no longer have the floating alternator.
A floating alternator.
No magically suspended alternator.
Yes, and now has a bracket.
You know, that actually oh, yeah. I should probably put a bracket on. Oh, no. Well, yeah, I could probably put a bracket on the alternator. It's actually a good idea. You know, I never actually thought about that when I build model kits, shit like that. Just the alternators just kind of floating out there.
Yeah, there's magical forces holding it in place.
Yep, it's
Yeah.
suspended by the belt.
Wow.
Defies the laws of physics.
Yeah.
You know, and it just took until you just said it now, Bob, that realizing I'm like sitting there thinking, I'm like, holy fuck, that is right. They just kind of put it on. I never realized that when I put it together. I just slapped the shit together and there it is. And it's like, I could probably build a bracket or something and make it look. Damn, that's awesome. Thank you, Bob. You just gave me an epiphany.
Yeah, I just make them
They
out of
don't
a little
call 'em-
cardstock.
You don't call him King Bob for nothing there, Cliffy.
That's right. No shit.
Yeah.
It's like, whoever says these live streams ain't educational is full of shit.
I
That
agree.
means they're not paying attention because between the bullshit, there's some gems.
No,
Yep.
that's what I mean. That's nuts. Yeah, that's so it's like a treasure hunt, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. To be fair, yeah. Cool.
Got our
Is that
Is
the
all
Rebel
there.
one?
no, this is the
Or-
NPC
Polar
one.
Light? NPC. Okay.
I wish it was the Rebel one. The Rebel one's a much nicer kit. It's more simple, but it's a cleaner tooling. It's a newer tooling. This is pretty worn out. In fact, they even tell you in the instructions to cut the locating pins off the.
Wow.
Yeah.
A lot of flash and stuff like
together,
that.
yeah.
A lot of injection. You know, that was also something I never did when I started. Well, when I got back into modeling, I did it more. I mean, I still don't do it as much as I probably should, but I've gotten a lot better as I've been building. I never did that when I was building them as a kid, like cut the injection pins out or fill them or, you know, figure it out. I just used to use like a whole shitload of the fucking red tester's glue, slap whatever fucking brushstroke paint, tester enamel paint on there, not even thin it, and just slather that shit on there with a tester's brush. Spray paint it every once in a while.
What are you doing?
And get a bunch of
when I
dick beater.
started. When I started the stream tonight, I was talking about I'm rebuilding a lot of models from my childhood, and that's what I did. I had an X-Acto knife, and I had a tube of orange tube of glue, and I had the 10-pack of testers enamels, and a couple of whatever paintbrush that came with the paint.
Yeah, the little mixing tray there. You can mix your paints there in a little paint holder tray that doubled as your paint holder, and you had the little things there where you could like mix your paint, stuff like that. Yeah.
For a while, I was in high style. For Christmas one year, I got the orange caddy that had like a 32 paints in it,
Mm-hmm.
and it came with 3 or 4 brushes and a little sanding stick and an X-Acto knife. And I thought I was flying in style.
Yeah, that's a lot of stuff though for back then.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
so
that's
that was
well compared to now. Yeah, that's like high grade shit back then. Because I don't think they really had the acrylics like they do now.
Nope.
No.
It was all enamels. I remember because I don't.
Humbrol paints and the little pots that look like
Little
paint
tin cans.
Push on lid. Yeah.
Yep, I couldn't think of the name of them, but I remember the little cans. Yep.
Yeah, I still got some. I got like
Yep.
4 or 5 of them. And then when they did the run of airbrush colors, I picked up a few of those. Haven't tried them. Don't know if they're any good. They've since discontinued them, so I don't know if I didn't pay a mind if they made another run of them or not. They just stopped showing up at the stores.
Yeah, well, that's weird. It's like, yeah, because then it's like now thinking back, like
Vallejo come up with some washes or express colors, or more like inks. Got a couple of them to try.
like I never knew what the hell a wash was until I got back into modeling.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Well, a lot of the stuff that I picked up in ceramics, I use in painting.
oh,
You know, dry brushing, the style of dry brushing, or using a paste or any type of medium or powder on a raised surface, that comes from ceramics.
really? I just
So,
damn,
like
this
the
is
Tamiya weathering powders, you know, the little makeup kit,
yeah.
square cases, that stuff like that. That idea, that concept comes from ceramics.
Well, shit, I just learned something new.
The only major difference between the product that's used in ceramics and this is less likely to cause cancer if you put your finger in it and use your finger to put it on your project.
Oh, okay. Well,
Whereas a lot of the ceramic stuff had some pretty serious things in it that you shouldn't get on your person.
yeah, because that you got to actually bake, and it's got to actually take the heat.
Some of it has to be fired, yes. But the stuff that's non-fire was extremely toxic. Pretty, worked well, but extremely toxic. I got a couple of pieces that I
What's going on, Don?
ceramic. I got a gigantic wizard.
Hey, Don, you're welcome to hop in if you want. We've got room for 2 yet.
Might,
Hey, Don.
I don't know. I thought about doing that. I thought about getting some of them naughty gnomes, but just because.
Those are fun.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to say too much. Something was supposed to happen last year, and it didn't happen, but maybe I'll make it for this year. So it was an elaborate scheme that was brewed up by a couple individuals one late night at the Acme show in 2022. And I'm just going to leave it at that. So
Yeah, I can see a lot of gifts showing up at certain doors.
yes.
If you need help painting them, let me know.
All right. No, that's just one of them things.
You got my address, you get them to me, I'll paint them and ship them back.
Okay, I do.
Who they're going to, whichever.
Yeah, because they may also end up in the mail as well to some individuals. So.
Yeah, I got a list.
Oh, okay. All right. Cool.
I got a mental list.
And here's Don.
At least 5.
Good evening,
Don.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, Don.
Hey, it's like party night. It's a Thursday. Why the fuck are all these cars all over the trailer park? Jesus Christ. Fucking people having late night visitors get their fucking itch scratched or what?
Sound like you might be fighting the flu bug there, Don.
Yeah, I just ain't felt good all the way around today.
Nice. You left the light on for me. Gunther's probably going to be pissed.
You need a cup of coffee, a cigarette, and a good giggle.
Ooh,
Maybe if we make you laugh hard enough, you'll
I know what the hell I'm doing.
Start sneezing and get rid of the crud.
Yeah. So how's everybody doing tonight?
We're holding our own.
Good.
Of course, I'd be off a little bit because some asshole decided to park his car where I lined my truck up to back into my fucking driveway. All right.
I hate when people park too close to the driveway.
Well, I mean, it's not bad because I got like a long truck and I back into my parking spots and stuff like that. And it's like, I don't know. It's like
to be shared space. They're not supposed to hog it.
Well, no, they're parked up on their side, but sometimes I use a little bit of the end of their driveway because I've got a big ass truck. I've got a full 1-ton Chevy crew cab with a fucking 8-foot box on it. So I've got a small truck. You know, it's not like a small truck. So when I go to try to back into place, I got to have a little bit more swing room to get everything lined up nice. So,
Hey, Edward.
hey, what's going on, Edward? How we doing?
Hey, Edward.
Hey, Edward,
Hey,
Big
Let's see, I
Charlie,
can leave that in
Kevin,
here.
Seamus.
Amos.
Can I put that in here?
Where in the hell did I go?
Yeah.
Marcy, I got the helmet and everything fixed.
Ah,
Cleaned
good.
up.
Let there be light. All right. We
Cool.
got that.
It's all smoothed out nice.
Is that the one that went for a holiday?
Yeah, that's the one that tried to take a trip. Took a trip through the yard
Oh, copy.
just after the primer was good and wet.
Hey,
Oh,
Paul.
that's the worst.
Yeah, nice dry grass and crunched up leaves got in it.
Ooh, a Denali. Yeah, I was gonna say a lot of the contractors around here, Paul, drive them. They drive the 2500 Denalis, but then you get them guys that got the high country Denalis. Those are the guys with real money.
I wouldn't drive one of them if somebody else bought it for me.
That's my youngest, the youth director from her church. They had a Christmas get together. I didn't go this year. Christmas prior to that. He
Be able to
had
see
just
over
got
my
his
pocket.
His new company truck, big Ford King Ranch.
Ooh,
That is a damn truck. He talking about how much. I'm like, business is good, huh?
yeah, no shit. That's like an $80,000 truck all fucking day, if not more.
I'm sorry.
no,
If I can buy a house for that kind of money, I
got
ain't
the-
buying a fucking car for that kind of
He
money.
got the big dollar King Ranch. It was like 120.
Oh, he got that one. I thought he had like just the base model fucking King Ranch. I was gonna say that's like 80 grand all day.
Yeah. I had to pick my words, because he was the youth director from the church. Because I was about ready to say,
Oh.
"This thing wipe your ass."
Well, I mean, I'm
Yeah.
director of the church.
At
least you know where the tides money-
The church, yeah, we know where that money came from.
I was gonna say, you know where the collection plate money's going.
Really, I'm sitting there going 120 G's for this thing. It better do everything a truck can do, and a wife.
And then some.
And his
And a girlfriend.
primary employment is the church. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, his primary employment is he's a subcontractor to Alabama Power.
Oh. Work
Yeah,
for the
he-
power company.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
still
he's
stupid
tied
money.
in
He's got to
with
pay that insurance because those trucks, they give you a special rate for those trucks because of their value and the fact that they're very easy to flip over in stupid instances.
Mm-hmm.
I seen one on its top down here one day. It was fucking funny as hell.
Well, that's if you do them like high speed maneuvers and shit like that with something with a high center of gravity.
Uh-huh.
Well,
On a slippery road? Oh, yeah.
whew.
Funny as fuck.
Oh,
Yeah,
how do you think
he ended up outside the car, punching the front of the car, yelling into his cell phone, with me going by, parade waving. It's like, yeah, he's okay. I don't need to stop and help him.
Marcy's going
Nice.
back. Going,
Yeah, I'm parade waving and pointing and laughing on my way by. It's like, yeah.
Uh-huh.
I'm sure his carrier for his insurance dropped him. Harder than he dropped his car.
Oh shit!
Of course. Why would I not do that?
Fucking trust fund brats and the kids that get sent to uni with mommy and daddy's money. They're all driving.
That's one
around
thing
in
that pissed me
fancy
off. Everything
things.
I had to work for. Them fucking kids with mommy and daddy's money pissed me off.
Oh no, you came with a moral compass. They didn't. There's a difference. You were taught how to live. They never will learn.
Well, yeah, exactly.
My high school year, my senior year of high school.
Damn it.
I was
Fucking
in
lock both.
Jacksonville, Alabama, and
Relax, Gunther. It's just me. Mommy locked both fucking parts of the door.
down
You
in
got a
Nashville,
dog. You don't need to lock
And
both out.
there we
we
go.
had one school off 10th Street Mountain called Donahue, and that's where all the privileged kids went.
Oh,
One of them rolled into town. Mom and Daddy bought him a new IROC. He had a personalized tag on the back. It said, "Too
ooh,
quick."
new IROC. Paying retard out cruising.
So my little patched together 71 Duster showed him what.
Hey,
too
sorry
quick
about the
was.
music. Relax, Gunther. Relax. Chill. Chill. I know you hear Daddy, but I know. Hey, sorry about the music, Bob.
I can't hear it.
Had the
so
radio in the
we're good.
background. Keep the dog calm.
It's all right. I can't hear it, so we're good.
Oh,
I'm not
okay.
monetized anyway, so.
Gunther,
Thanks,
sit. 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 Are you going to sit so Daddy can hook up your leash? I know. Daddy giving you petting. All right. Sit so Daddy can take you out. Hey, sit so Daddy can take you out. Come on. I know you want lovins, but sit. Come on. Come on. All right. Come on.
You were gone for years and years and years.
Yeah, it might seem like years, but it was only, in theory, like fucking 6 hours.
Not in the dog's brain.
That was way too long, man.
5 minutes is way too long in a puppy's brain.
Yeah,
Go
that's
check the mail. It's like you've been gone all day.
Yeah.
well. I know Mommy took them out before she went to work, so
So
Mommy
you get with the IROC.
Yeah, I showed him that license plate didn't belong on that IROC. My piece together, patched up 71 Duster smoked his ass. I'm talking baptized.
Rolled and smoked them.
What made it worse? Just to get him to race, we had to get him to roll the window down. They was riding around in our cruise spots with the air conditioner on and the windows up.
why the hell do you do that? Because the reason why you had the windows down when you're doing that, so you can yell at people, "Hey, want to race?"
Yeah, and holler at the girls and whatevers and
Oh shit! Hey, shit, I've been known to do that in the middle of winter too. Roll with the window down.
yeah, especially when I was younger. I mean, not that I'm much smarter now, but yeah. And then he tried to make a bunch of excuses. I said, "Well, take it back to the dealer. It needs warranty work."
Mm-hmm. Come on. Are we trying to find the perfect place to poop? Yes. That's what we're doing.
Oh, of course.
Well, you gotta go, but it's gotta be that right spot, man.
Mm-hmm. Oh, no,
Yeah,
we're gonna
Maybe
piss
she
again.
gets the caterwauling to get outside, and it takes 20 minutes to find a place just to
Oh,
pee.
there we go. Yep, he found a place. Right there on the corner of the neighbor's shed.
Good place for it.
Good place for it.
Have any of y'all seen that movie Strays?
Not yet, no.
No.
Nope.
It's like an
Strays.
animated series, right?
No, it's a movie. 4 dogs going back to find one dog's owner.
Huh.
Very adult oriented. It's hilarious.
I might have to check that out because I know that one. It was like funny, but it was like retarded. Was called Sausage Party.
Yeah, this is better than
That's
Sausage
not
Party.
something. Yeah.
That sounds
Yeah.
like a college fraternity thing.
Actually,
Yeah.
it was kind of more of like a college fraternity movie.
Exactly.
Let's
No,
just say their meaning of sausage party and our meaning of sausage party are two different.
Right.
Strays is what it is. There's this bum, worthless piece of shit, takes his cute little dog, takes him 3 hours out, dumps him off. Well, the dog thinks they're playing a game.
Uh-oh.
Well, then he meets up with an actual street smart stray.
Right.
And he's teaching him the rules of the streets.
Uh-huh.
And they concoct a plan that Reggie, the dog that got dropped off, they're going to go find the owner and bite it, and he wants to bite his dick off.
Okay.
And there's a Great Dane, and some little Australian sheep type dog. That was the only female out of the four. And their adventure to go find the guy and bite his dick off.
Wow.
It's hilarious, the shit they get into, and
I'm sure. Speaking of biting dick off, it was a Deuce Bigelow European Gigolo with a cat and an Eddie Griffin character. The black dude had like you like them balls, don't you? You like them balls, and the cat just fucking attacks him.
Yep.
Holy shit.
That was hilarious. It was dumb, but it was funny because every time the guy would pop up, he was eating something. He's in the hot tub. His tomato falls out of his sandwich.
Yep. Yep.
He just puts it back in the sandwich.
It just. Oh yeah. Oh shit! That was actually one of the ones that was like stupid, but it was like funny stupid just because it's almost like Airplane.
Yeah, right.
You're gonna love Strays.
I'll definitely have to check that one out because that definitely sounds like it'd be like right up my alley as far as like weird and kind of fucked up funny movie.
I'd have to commandeer Dad's TV. I just bought him for his birthday.
Heads up, Marcy, there is one scene involving rabbits you won't like.
Oh, rabbits are assholes.
Oh,
exactly.
They deserve to be in the stew pot. They're assholes.
Hey, get over here.
Sounds like she'll like it.
No, don't go around that way. Leave Mommy's
like
lights on.
Netflix or
it's on Prime.
Prime, cool. I got Prime, so I can watch it.
What it is, they
keep sending me emails telling me I got unused benefits, and watching movies is one of them unused benefits. So maybe I should go watch something.
There you go.
No.
There's this one part they're out in the woods and they're hungry and they run across some mushrooms.
No way.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah. And then the female finds this little spot of toy bunnies, stuffed bunnies.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Well, they had the free for all with it. And then they, basically come out of their trip. They wake up and discovered that those weren't stuffed bunnies.
Oh,
yuck.
That's fucking awesome.
And they freak
That's
out.
awesome.
That's messy.
One of them, they said they're talking about, there's fuzz everywhere. One of them pukes. Oh, there's fuzz in the puke.
Yuck.
And Bug, the one that hooked, that Reggie met first, he tells him, if you pee on it, it's yours.
Oh, Mark. All right. Good boy, Hunter. There we go. All right.
It says you
Peter
can
and
hump anything. Bug was having an insatiable affair with a old stuffed couch that was outside. Along
Sit down. Oh.
I'd heard about it. I was like, it sounds kind of stupid. I couldn't sleep the other night. So,
well, sometimes that's how you do it. Is you come across different movies and stuff like that, and get down. You come across different movies that I don't know. I'm gonna fall asleep anyway, and just click them on and.
yeah, that plan didn't work. I watched the whole thing.
Yep. I was going to say,
Have you
You end up
ever
watching a whole fucking thing.
done that where you watched a movie like that in the middle of the night and then you say, "Oh yeah, this was kind of good," and then you watch it again when you're awake and you go, "Why did I
What
think
the
this
fuck
was
did I even
good?"
watch that? Yeah. Why did I waste my time?
No, that's my dad
Leave.
does that.
Creoles at Matthews in Rochester. Matthews.
Get off the bed.
My dad
Like
can
it's
pick the
just
worst
outside.
movies ever created and watch it all the way to the end.
No.
The hell, why don't you change the channel? Well, it might get good. Well,
It
hey,
might
Well,
get
if
good.
it hasn't been good in the first 20 minutes, there really isn't any hope there, Pa.
That's hilarious.
bad cooking, and you stay to the end, it ain't gonna get no better.
Yeah. It might get good.
I'll tell
Night,
you what.
Jamie.
Nice,
What are we going to have a group
Thanks,
of Zoomies
Seamus.
now?
and
Thanks for
trust
stopping in, Seamus. We'll see you on the other side.
me, there could be 50 movies on there. If my dad picks it, you're not gonna want to watch it.
Night, Samus. Right, exactly.
That just means I fall asleep.
I've given him a list of relatively new movies that I know he would like. He'll go past them and pick something else that was like,
Give him a list of the shitty movies. Maybe he'll do the opposite.
yeah, and there we go, reverse psychology.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Shit.
I do that to Dad all the time.
If he
I
picks
have-
out an A movie, it's a bad one.
I have heard that when your parents get older and you got to take care of them, you got to treat them like children. So yeah, that reverse psychology probably
Especially-
works.
Acting like children.
Yeah.
I mean, he takes care of himself. I mean, he still fixes his own meals and goes and checks the mail. Hell, even got his motorcycle out for about 10 minutes yesterday. Common Sense clicked in. He turned around and come back because he didn't have a helmet on.
No, don't jump. Dave's got laundry. Back your ass up. Dave's got to put laundry away. Get off the bed. Get off
Why?
the bed.
Tell him, Gunther, there's room.
No, because the other night he had our pillows. Oh, you think it's his game, huh?
Yeah.
He thinks he's getting it. That's a dog that's mad at you for being gone all day. You
I
play
know.
with him.
I'm working on it. I got to put my laundry away first.
He doesn't seem to think so.
What?
He says no. Get him, Gunther.
Yeah. See, there it is. No, don't be doing a donut thing.
Get him, Gunther.
Ruby dooby roo.
He's like, Dad, you've been gone forever. It's
I know. Yep. Well, Daddy would pet you, but the thing is, you keep on running away every time Daddy fucking wants there. But he's also going to grab a hold of your collar and get you off the bed eventually. Off the bed.
Come on, you gotta play the game. My rules, my rules.
playtime.
Gunther. Oh, see, you're live. You're on there. Yeah. No, those are Daddy's socks. You leave them alone.
No, we're gonna eat those.
Well, that's the other flip side on that too. Is he'll do what the hell is it? He'll do like trade thing, and this is something that he figured out with Mommy. So he grabbed something the other day. Oh, this was like a couple weeks ago. Grabbed something and ended up having to do like a trade, like wanted to chase around the house. And yeah, no, that wasn't. That was that because it's like didn't want to chase him around the house. So we ended up coming up with like trade. So she gave him like ice cube and something else, and it ended up actually working as like trade. So now he'll
Yeah,
snatch
the
it.
problem is trade. What you've done is encourage the bad behavior.
Right, and that's what I've been trying to really get off
And he's
my
taking
back.
advantage of it. Maybe if I do this, they'll give me this. Just like a kid.
Yep, he is just like a fucking kid.
Yep, they are.
Well, don't be barking at me.
Tell him,
I don't
Gunther.
want to hear it. I don't
You
want to hear
play
it,
with
mister.
me.
Well, come out where your toys are. Come on. Come out where your toys are and stuff like that. Well,
You left me alone for a week. You owe me.
you got mommy's flipping lounge all combobulated.
Probably slept up there all day.
No, actually, he's actually been decent about sleeping on the couch because I got this brown blanket and stuff like that that sits there on the end of the couch, and he's been sleeping on that lately. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? We got a rope toy. Play tug of war. Get your ball. Here. There you walk around. He'll drag you around the house. He'll drag you around the house. Oh. So, out of Daddy's chair. What do you think you're doing? Get out of Daddy's chair.
Down. I'm gonna sit in it.
Well, yeah, so come on. Yeah, you got food and water. You're good. So you better watch where you're trying to grab that rope there, bud. That's a little high. If you grab Dad's fucking hand, we're gonna have issues. Actually, you know what, Gunther? Go get your ball. Go get your ball. Go get your ball. There we go. We got just a regular squeaker toy, which used to be that donut that he tore all up. So I just tore a squeaker out of it. Now he's got this other little rope ball, which is starting to get frayed. I bought it at Petco. It was like a twin pack.
Part you need to get rid of. Or if you can sew it, sew it.
Yeah, that's what we ended up doing with his Bernie doll, which he's got back, and then a couple other different toys. But we had his one purple giraffe, but he tore the leg off that. If I can actually grab a hold of the fucking thing. He got his one purple giraffe, but he ended up tearing the legs off that. And I don't know what the hell he did with the arms. They were just gone. So
They probably ate them.
they probably did.
Gotta watch that though, because his intestines can get bound up.
Yeah, that's why normally I go out there when I take them out. If it's at night, the neighbors probably think I'm some sick pervert, but I like watch him take a shit with my flashlight on my phone. Just to make sure if he ate something, it come out. Because he got my thin rod the other night, my hollow tube.
Ooh.
He got that evergreen there.
Yeah.
And he chewed it up.
That's where doggies are not allowed in the hobby space.
I know, but but at the same time, it's like I'm trying to be good, but I'm also trying to be good with him, but I'm also trying to make sure there's like the boundaries too.
Yeah, well, hobby room is a no-no. We don't like, and the only animals in the hobby room are 2 lizards and a tarantula.
Yeah, they ain't gonna probably eat much or do much.
Tarantula would find itself a dark corner to hide in and web itself in, and the lizards would probably end up under the water heater because it's warm.
Right? Yeah. No, I got there. But like I said, there are times where he'll just go in the hobby room and he'll just like not do anything, get in anything. He'll just curl up in a ball and just pass right the fuck out. It's like beautiful. It's like, wow, how hard was that? He just curled up into a ball and like relaxed and like just calmed right the fuck down. It's great when you do that in a hobby room. But like I said, it's the puppiness in them. So, oh shit.
My little guy's always in the hobby room. He don't, other than aggravating me and chew on my arm. That's about it.
Yeah, but he's a much older dog.
Yeah,
But
Gunther's
he
got
was
that
Understands what he's
attention span.
allowed to touch and what he's not allowed to touch.
Mhm. Yeah, Gunther's got like the attention span of a gnat, but I also know that's like the
Yeah.
puppy in him. But he also gets bored very easy, which is a shepherd trait. So you got to keep
Yep,
them.
and a bored dog will eat whatever the fuck they can get their mouth on.
Yep. And that's why the other night
they will.
when I had to put him in the timeout for getting into the styrene, and then I had like a spot where he already opened me up like 3 other times this week on my hand there, and he got me last night and opened up the same exact spot for a 4th time. And I'm like, all right, that's it. Like, this shit's got to cease. I think you're purposely going for that one spot.
Probably.
It's like, shit. But I may actually work on, I don't know, gets a little older. I might actually work on doing some bite training with him. But I'll have to see a little bit before I
You
go
need to
that
learn how to
route.
be a proper dog before you get into any of that.
Well, that's what I mean. That's why I'm trying to work with him on making sure he's proper. At home, he's a little bit of an asshole, but he ain't too bad out in public. The big thing is getting him with other dogs, like more dogs his size. That's the hard thing I'm having with him, is trying to because it was like he seen another dog, and I think I was saying this last night. It was like Doodle Shepherd, and it was like a older dog, but I mean it was like very calm, very very mellow dog. And like I said, Gunther was like a puppy, but he was like kind of like standoffish a little bit. And I'm like, yeah, we gotta fucking work on that, getting you where you can actually deal with some.
Yeah, he needs to be socialized with other humans and other humans with dogs.
Yeah, and
a
that's
puppy
the
training
problem.
class, a basic puppy training class.
Yep. Grab your ball. Where's your ball? Not my hand. Grab the ball. Hey, ball's right there. Ball is right there. There we go. No. Sit. Good. Bring it down. Bring it down. Good ball. Good ball. So. Old lady's got the heat turned up in the house. I don't know why. Or she probably never turned it down because it was actually warm today. It was actually
Yeah,
nice.
like 60 here. It was 60.
I completely missed the ball. All right. Bring the ball to daddy. All right. Drop the ball. Gunther. Drop. 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 All right. Sit. Of course I hit Burton. Why would I not? Ugh. Oh shit! You actually caught it. That's nice. You actually caught it out of the air. Good. I didn't hear it drop. I just heard you. That time it dropped. Ah, shit. All right. Drop. Keep that evil. Ooh. Jesus. This piggy, burpy. Like sat there, I was pulling on a ball and he got right up in my face and I heard a little ball burp. And I was like, oh.
Ew.
I was like, excuse you. Yemeni. All right, going through. Drop. I know you don't want to drop, but drop. Drop it. Yeah, there we go. All right, let's see. All right, and you actually caught it out of the air. Very good. All right. So. Yeah, it's supposed to be not. I mean, it's supposed to be warm this weekend, but it's like supposed to be rainy, so it's like, yeah, gonna be kind of a shitty weekend. Ow, fucker! That was my finger.
Yeah, they're saying 60 and rain possible tomorrow evening here, and then 43 for the low.
Right. Well, 43 ain't too bad.
From
It may
60, that's a
actually.
big fucking drop. I'll actually feel cold, and 43 I'm normally comfortable at.
All right, Jason. Have a good evening. Hopefully everything comes out all right as far as with the storm and the wind. I'm gonna probably end up calling it here in a couple minutes myself. I gotta either play with him for a few more minutes, get him unwound down, and then go take my evening meds and probably shower and go to bed. Oh, hey, where the hell was the ball at? You're supposed to have the ball.
Probably under your chair.
It probably is. He's known for that. Yes, aren't you?
I don't know what the fuck was with Dixie last night, man, but between fucking 4 a.m. and 8 a.m. I was outside 4 fucking times, and only one time she go out and actually do anything, and all she did was pee. So she wanted to fucking play in the mud. It's like, no, it ain't even daylight yet. Get back in the fucking house.
Like, yeah, exactly. Well, must be he took a nap during the day or something like that. Was tired for night. No. But
I swear I got the one dog out of the litter who's broken.
Well, I don't know. Like I said, jury's still out on mine, but
she's
at the same time,
she is 74.6 pounds of fucking dumbass. She'll be 2 in late April.
Oh, okay. So, boy.
She is the physical size she's gonna be. She'd drag my ass around.
So she's almost 2. So is she gonna be she's already her full size?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What's going on, Jonathan?
She might gain a little weight, but she's not gonna get me
Jonathan.
bigger.
Good night.
Jonathan.
Well, you're welcome to pop in. We're just going to be on for a little bit longer, but you're welcome to pop in if you want.
Yeah,
my cat is bigger than your dog, Kevin.
I was going to say, that's almost about the same size as Gigi. I think last time I brought him...
8.5 pounds. That's like half my cat.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think Gigi's almost like 10 pounds. Or no, I think he's like 11 pounds. But he's like, even being that big, I mean, he could still has a hell of a vertical on him and get into a lot of places. I know he definitely doesn't like it when I got to try to get him into the bedroom after getting a dog in there. That's always a fun.
Well, Terry said he wasn't able to put one up, and at about 7 o'clock, nobody had started one, so I started one. Started
Yeah,
live.
I talked to Joey earlier, and he was working on his trailer, and he was too tired.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna probably just keep Monday nights on that, but at the same time, I was also out doing a flag line for, like I said earlier in the stream, for one of the guys who died this week. So, which is good. You know, do the flag line stuff like that, which is weird because I didn't think, because I'm like, oh yeah, I got a flag in the truck from my flagpole got blown down. I still got all of my shit in there. So I'm gonna have to actually go through and make my own portable flagpole and just keep it with me. So if I got to do that again, I can just
Yeah,
do
you
that.
can just get a dowel,
Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm just gonna get a
flip
dowel
it
and
over and stitch it to it, and run cable through it to secure it.
yep, that's it. Just done. Just to hold it in place, and when I do the flag line, it ain't got to be anything spectacular. It's all you're doing is just basically being a human flagpole. That's all.
Yeah.
And running the honors and shit like that as they kind of go by too, you know. So, yeah, like I was saying earlier, it was kind of almost like a little old folk kind of reunion thing. Couple of guys and shit like that I served with and was in different units with. I actually got to see again, which was really good. It's just that's the biggest part that I miss about the military is that camaraderie.
Yeah, all the
You
people
don't really have that in the civilian world. And if you do, it's a little different because I did see some of the officers.
It's a lot different because in the military situation, you're literally protecting each other's lives.
Yeah, you're right. But where I was kind of going with that is like, oh, you got a lot of your college officers, so they got like that fraternity thing. That'd be about the closest thing. But yeah, it's just that's a big thing that I miss is like the camaraderie. And of course, one guy I ran into, he actually got his diamond when we were in Ukraine. He was a staff sergeant, and he's now a first sergeant. So I'm like, holy shit! Congratulations on getting up there and shit like that. You know, he kind of didn't really know what was going on and stuff like that. You know, as far as kind of with me, I mean, we kind of wouldn't say we lost contact after, not getting back from like Ukraine, but that was before my accident was last time he seen me. And he was shocked that you got an 8-year-old. Holy shit. Like when I told him, I rode around in a wheelchair for like 4.5 months. I was fucked up. He's like, God damn. Like I didn't even know. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I guess some people knew, others didn't. I don't know, but yeah, he was like shocked, and I told him they like med boarded me out, and he said he was sorry to hear that, and I'm like, yeah, it is what it is. So, but I don't know. So anyway, well, it's a little after 9. I'm gonna get off here. I don't know how many people's watching stuff like that, but I'm gonna give up my spot, so anyone else wants to jump in, they can. And
All right. Have a nice night, Cliff, and thanks for stopping in.
Hey, no problem, Bob. Thanks for hosting. Appreciate you. Marcy, Don, have a good night. See Kevin Smith still in the chat. I think Bruce still in here. Jonathan, Edward. Let's see. I know Jason already kind of kicked out. Big Charlie maybe in. Oh no, he already checked out. Seamus checked out. Yeah. So anybody else I might have missed, y'all have a good evening and stuff like that, and we'll catch you on the next one. All right. Thanks. Later. Bye.
Wow.
Did you get your tea bucket worked out there, Don? Right?
No, I'm kind of taking a break from it at the moment. It kept aggravating me, so I just It's one of those deals I need to step back and not think about it for a day or two. I'm gonna get back on that over the weekend. And I got a couple of gasser axles and some independent front suspension pieces I want to play with tonight. I did print this axle earlier and it came out pretty nice, so I'm gonna print out several. The independent front end came out too big, so scaled it down some. We'll see what we get.
Where do I see that part at?
I need to quit printing and start doing some building.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get a printer here this summer.
They're definitely neat to have, and it's a crazy addiction at the same time.
Yeah, but it keeps you off the street.
Well, yeah, it does do that. Keeps my ass at home. That's the best place to be.
Yeah, I just like to get a small one so I can like print wheels and stuff like that. That's all I'm after.
Well, it's definitely good for that. And that was the number one reason. Was the number one interest I had in it was wheels and tires because, well, I've said it for a long time. That's a big shortage in our hobby. Is wheels and tires. Of course, then I find all this other cool stuff and I lose my mind.
Can't stay focused on one topic.
Do what?
You can't stay focused on one topic.
Nope. Well, it's like the damn skull. I mean, that started out as an air filter or air cleaner. Now it's big enough to damn near make a shifter knob out of it. And I've done that just because, well, I thought it'd be neat to have one.
Well, like this is a perfect example of that because I like to have new wheels for this Mustang. And being 16 scale, there's nothing out there other than 3D printed.
Yep. Yeah, that kind of went through my head the other day. I was like, ooh, 16th scale. I got to blame a buddy on about that. I hadn't really given it any thought. And, he asked me if I could print 16th scale wheels and tires. I said, well, I'm sure I can.
You just have to scale them up. Yeah.
Right. You know, he's like, well, you already got the wheels I want. I just need them at 16th scale. And that made that. The race was on then.
Then all you need is the dimensions. Yeah. Because I'm gonna try and get a set of Eleanor style wheels for this one
Cool.
with the center knockoffs. I think that would look good.
Yeah.
Even though
Well,
this is
it'll
not
definitely print 'em.
too early to be Eleanor, but I don't care. Those are cool looking wheels.
Right. Well, that's just it. That's the thing about wheels. I mean, it's a taste. You put what you like on there. Like some mess around and run out of room.
Yeah, everybody thought I was crazy when I put baby moons on my PT Cruiser until they saw them on there, and they said, "That looks cool as shit."
Yep.
All chromed out baby moons on my head on there.
Well, like I said, that's, wheels are, it's a subjective thing. It's what the person likes. And with having a printer, now you can have, print any wheel to tire combination you want. And laying these things out almost like putting together one of them digital jigsaw puzzles.
Yeah, basically what I'm gonna do is waiting until I can buy a new computer for here, and I'll take this one and use it for the printer. Because this one can barely keep up with what I'm doing for online stuff. It'd be fine for doing. I can get rid of all the extraneous programs and stuff off of it. Just use it
Well,
just
it's like
for.
I'm on the live stream on one laptop, and I'm over here doing some 3D stuff on another laptop. This laptop is designated for the printer and the printer only. I've got my email on here, and I got the Amazon on there because I order materials from there, and my Cults and a couple other 3D websites are on there, and that's it.
Yeah, it's one of those. I'm gonna take everything off of this computer except for stuff for involving the printer, and then buy a new one. Have a new one out here with a faster processor and stuff. This one is about 5 or 6 years old now, which is antique in the computer world.
Yeah, the Toshiba that I'm
This
streaming on.
laptop's about had it too.
Well, I'm not complaining because my first computer ran Windows 3.1, and I would get up in the morning, turn the computer on, go take a shower, and make breakfast. And by the time I got back, it was just about booted up. Then if I went on AOL, that was another 10 minutes of
Yeah.
just to get, you got mail.
Yeah, these kids don't know they don't know the struggles. I was joking around the other day. I mean, you go download a picture when we was on
When I was a
dial-up.
senior in high school.
You get started. You could go eat dinner,
Yeah,
come back, and
high school.
almost be done.
Yeah, we had one computer for the entire student body when I was in high school
Oh, good grief.
that we had access to. When I got to college, it was like styling because you could check one out of the library like a book. You can get it for a night, or if you were smart, you got it on Friday because you keep it all weekend. Then I turn it back in until Monday morning. We're gonna take those out. I don't think we need them in here any longer.
I did get a little paint time in the paint booth today. I got 2 of the small skulls, got the white on them, got a couple of engine cradles painted, Yeah, intakes to 4 motors painted, and a set of my big nuts painted or based.
I spent most of the day outside today because it was the first day in months it's been warm enough to do that.
Yeah, I should have been out there blowing leaves, but I figure well they'll be there tomorrow.
Bands too, so it was like 60 here today.
Yeah, we got up to 73 today, so I just kind of sat in the backyard and absorbed sunlight.
I heard that. I felt kind of punchy all
I
day.
got a whole styrofoam thing full of tiny parts that are partially primered and painted. That I probably could work on something. They're the parts to like 4 different things, I think. Those are the fish, one. Those are the train, 2. Those are the trucks, so 3. 3 different things. And then I got another parts thing on the other side. It's got stuff going 3 different things on it. So I got 5 total sitting here at this little work.
Yeah, Edward, I remember joining all them damn chat rooms.
Oh God. Dial up, yeah. You could get the morning paper, make your coffee, cook breakfast, take a shower, go down chat with the neighbor, and come back, maybe be connected until somebody fucking called.
Yeah.
We had call waiting, so I was constantly hogging the line.
Yeah, somewhere in a box around here, I still have some of those 5.5-inch floppy disks laying around. I got a bunch of the little floppies, the 3-inch floppies.
Oh, we still got a camera that takes them damn 5.5 inch. And it still works.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that
yeah.
old media, that shit lasts for fucking ever.
Yeah, the best cell phone I've ever owned is that one that came in a bag, a big freaking Motorola that weighed 10 pounds.
Yeah.
But I never not had signal.
My grandpa had one before that. It was the one that you kept in your car. It came in a box. It was basically a ship-to-shore radio.
Yeah.
We love that thing, boy.
I need to see if I can hardwire it into my stereo. We've got a 8-track player that takes 3 8-tracks at one time.
Ooh.
It plays one, goes to all 4 tracks, it ejects, pulls the other one in, does the same thing.
Cool.
Ejects, pulls the other one. Yeah. I found it the other day cleaning up.
Yeah,
For the
shit, clean it up and see if it still works. Plug it into something.
Yeah.
Throw the damn thing
And
on
found-
eBay. It's worth $1,000.
And found 2 cases of 8 tracks. Oh, shit. My knees. The smell of resin.
Kick the door open.
Nah, it don't smell that bad that long. That's when you first take the lid off.
Yeah, all more reason to kick the door open, let the air out. Especially if you don't have any kind of exhaust in there.
Well, depends on what I eat, how good the exhaust is around here. Oh, you're talking about something else.
I'm talking about fart fans, not the farts, dude.
Oh, see if I can hang in there while these print. Yeah, there was 2 boxes of 8-track tapes in the Mo 8-track cases. One of them was Dad's traveling box because they had all the trucker tapes in there.
Yeah, those, depending on how they've been kept, they might be brittle. You run the risk of them breaking and jamming up the machine.
Yeah, I pulled a couple. I mean, they look to be in decent shape. We'll see.
Yeah, even if you
I'll
didn't
look-
smoke, you had to keep a book of matches in your car to keep the.
Oh yeah, yeah. I remember Dad's little blue 72 Pinto with the 8-track player. The 8-tracks in, and there's a matchbook folded in half and stuck underneath it.
Yep, to keep it up, wind up.
Yeah.
Then you graduate, you had to carry a pencil in your car all the time to keep your cassettes wound up.
Yep.
The original fiddly fidget thingy, whatever.
Right?
Yeah, that's on the cassette tape.
The original fidget, the cassette tape.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's it. Original fidget. I can remember, making the mixtapes?
Oh, yep.
I
You
made
recorded them
I
off the
got a
radio.
whole case full of them up in the closet. I had some good timing. I clipped the DJ out of every one of them.
You have to sit by the radio till the song came on and then record it real quick.
Yep.
You hollered at the radio telling the DJ, shut up, it's a good song. Well, it's the summer between my junior and senior year of high school. I went to an auction with a guy I worked for. I bought a wrecked 70 Vet and a 74 Caprice with a big block in it. And I mean, every waking moment I could, I spent on all that. Got the car all together, painted it Christmas Day. When we got out of school for Christmas break, I was at the shop 14, 16 hours a day. Like I said, painted the car Christmas Day because I was driving it back. I was driving it to school first day back from Christmas break. Well, Mom and Paul, they got me a Pioneer Super Tuner auto reverse AM/FM cassette deck to put in it for Christmas.
Yeah, you styling.
Yeah, I style it.
You didn't have to pop it out and flip it over.
No. I found out, of course, I'm like everybody. I read the directions, right? They highly recommended that you don't use 90-minute tapes in those things. I found out they was correct.
Yeah, because they get too warm too quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kevin, they're AM 800.
My junior, senior year of high school, we lived in Jacksonville, and we were 10 miles north of Fort McClellan. So all kinds of electronic stuff hit the pawn shops down in front of the fort. I put together a pretty decent home stereo.
I said a Mag Tires came from a pawn shop at a Army base for my 67 Goat. That's where I bought them at.
That's when I moved out. Moved away from home for the first time. I rented this little cracker box trailer over Jacksonville Trailer Park. Everything in that house was used. Some of it used up, but we found second life. Ramen noodle soup in the cabinet, but I had like 10,000 watts of stereo in the corner.
Yep.
And it all came from the pawn shops outside of Fort McClellan. I mean, I even had a reel-to-reel. That was neat, man. You'd have 6 hours worth of music on one tape.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a record. It wasn't like a record player. You jump on the floor, it didn't skip.
Right.
We threw a party one weekend out there, and we had like 70% of Charlie Company from Fort McClellan out there with us, which was all MPs. Someone called the Jacksonville Police Department, and some of my MP buddies was there. They whipped out their badge. We're investigating military activity here. Party kept going. The only sketchy moment we really had was when two of the guys took their four-wheel drives and was tied to a mobile home, or two mobile homes going to have a pulling contest. Problem is, one of them, he was hooking up to a trailer that there was a family living in and was sitting in the living room watching TV as he's doing it. I said, ooh, this going to be interesting.
Just because it's a bad idea doesn't mean it's going to be won't be a good time.
This is true. I mean, I was kind of all for it. I just, was like tied to the ones that aren't. I didn't specify. It was like, of course, run over. Hey, what are you doing? Oh, we don't have a pulling contest. Dude, the family's in the living room watching TV. Wrong trailer. Really? Uh-oh. This is going to be interesting. Now, mind you, this was Saturday night, and it was only like 9, 10 o'clock was doing this shit. You know how wild it got afterwards? Oh.
Most of my Saturday nights were spent standing around a keg and a trash can or campfire with a keg nearby.
Yep. We used to have this big field out behind the party store. We had a big fire pit out there. Everybody drive their cars out, put a circle around it, and have the lights on after it got dark. You start up the fire and then kill all the lights.
Pretty much what we done.
Mm-hmm.
That was America Saturday Night USA right there.
Friday and Saturday, yep. You spent Sunday sleeping.
Music was pretty much the same.
Yep.
The accents of the people there were different.
Mm-hmm.
Depending on what region he's in.
Yep. Night, Jonathan.
Night, Jonathan.
Good night.
Big Boss Tires. I don't recall him.
Oh, God. IBM Simon. Somebody I know had one of those. That was my uncle. No, sometimes the trash can was where we had the fire if we couldn't have a fire on the ground. If you're going to route, go where people aren't walking.
Trash can was full of ice with a pony keg floating in it.
Or that.
I've seen a few trash can fires, but that was an accident.
No, these were intentional fires. We used to actually start the fire in a metal can because there was nowhere safe to do it on the ground. It was too dry or whatever. So we just had a big old fire can.
Yeah, we'd either be out at somebody's farm field or out on a county road somewhere.
Yeah, we didn't always have the option of being on somebody's property where we wouldn't get in trouble. We were usually trespassing when we did it.
Well, that was the nice thing about being, right there with Fort McClellan. You had the Army brats. 55-gallon drums were very plentiful. And inevitably, one of the Army brats that I hung out with, family knew at least one of the gate guards, so getting in and out with barrels, not a problem.
That didn't matter if you drank or not. That's what you did on the weekends, Friday, Saturday night.
Yeah.
Somebody
Hang
always
out
had a party
places like
somewhere.
Go do a little
Hang out with
go do a
friends.
little cruise.
Yeah, cruise, play music.
And now more than 2 cars parked somewhere and everybody's all interested in it. It's like,
All the wrong people are interested.
mm-hmm.
Like your guys in 4-door sedans that dress alike.
There we go.
Little place we hung out there in downtown Jacksonville. One of the new police officers pulled in here and he, what are y'all doing? I looked at him, I says, what are you doing? Ain't nobody around here called y'all.
Right? We don't need you. Why are you here?
I got a little lippy with him. Everybody's looking at me and they're kind of freaking out. But I was the oldest one in the crowd. I mean, I was like 34.
You'd have been the one that got in trouble for everybody else anyway, just because you were the oldest.
Right. So I might as well stir the shit pot.
Might as well earn it. Yep.
Well, I knew the boys that were there. There was some alcohol, but it was very well hidden, and they weren't getting out of hand. We had the owner's permission to be in the parking lot. He told us we could hang out there all we wanted, as long as we wanted, as long as we didn't leave a mess behind when we left.
Yeah, we had one party store where we could do that.
Oh, Jack and me have never been friends. Never, ever, ever. Mr. Jack and Wild Turkey, that's instant sick for me.
And it's too sugary.
That's saying I usually wind up one of 2 places: the county jail or the county hospital.
Yeah, I'll tell you, a couple of times I should have probably been taken to the hospital instead of taken home and poured onto my front lawn.
Well,
I don't know how many Sunday mornings I woke up with a face full of fucking grass.
Jack Daniels turns me into this 9-foot tall gorilla, redneck gorilla.
I never was a mean drunk. I was a happy drunk.
It depends. No, if I'm having a good time and then somebody comes along and does something dumb, then I get angry. Especially like if it's an example. I have a lot of friends who are musicians, and half the time I'd end up where they were playing, and I'd be there just to be there, and I wouldn't drink most of the time. And this one friend of mine, Kevin, he's a guitar player in one of the bands, and they're up there doing their thing. Everybody's bopping along. There's some bitch out in the audience look like fucking Pippi Longstocking. The long braids, striped socks, the whole fucking 9 yards, right? She keeps putting her hands on him, and he keeps backing away. You know, and I mean, he's too nice of a guy to say anything. He just keeps backing away. She keeps trying to touch him. She's trying to practically crawling up on stage. You can see she wasn't wearing no underwear at some point, and because her skirt was so fucking short, and she was bent over the stage. And she just kept on. After they got done playing, they came down off the stage and sat down. We're all sitting around tables. This bitch comes up and squeezes between me and Kevin and sits in his lap. He just puts his hands over his head. He's like, I'm not getting accused of nothing, you know. And it's like, I'm like, excuse me? And I stood up. She stood up and toddled off into the bar. And a little while later, she decided she needed to go to the ladies' room, and I did too. Difference is, she didn't walk out. I used her face to mop the place. And promptly walked up to the barmaid and said, you might want to call 911. That chick that looks like Pippi Longstocking, man, she slipped on some water in the bathroom and busted her pretty face on the sink. And that's all that was said. She called 911. Ambulance come took the dumb bitch away. Never came back. If the man don't want your fucking hands on him, keep your damn hands to yourself.
It's always amazing to see what alcohol turns people into.
She's lucky I didn't feed her a bottle. They were still serving it in glass. That's how long ago it was. And I'd have fed the bottle up both ends.
What's that one bar I used to frequent quite often? I always kept an empty beer bottle by my left foot. Someone said, "What do you keep it up there for?" I said, "You never know when shit gonna break out, and they don't let you in here with your gun."
Right? And you don't want to break the furniture if you can avoid it. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, they tend to want you to pay for that.
Yeah. I spent $40 on a bar stool at D Ford's one night. Well, the guy had a pool stick, and I wasn't close enough to grab one, so
Yep.
I improvised.
Yeah, that's probably the only time I ever laid my hands on anybody in a bar. Can't stand people that don't understand what boundaries are.
Yeah, a lot of people have a tendency to treat the folks on stage like they're, you know, well, you're here entertaining us. We can do anything we want for
Yeah,
entertainment.
that's pretty much what she was doing. And it's like, yeah, no, we're going to stop this. Could have saved herself a whole lot of heartache by just leaving, but she had to hang around and be a dumbass.
Oh, damn.
All right. Well, I don't even go in a bar because I can't hear.
I'm just too old. I don't want to be the guy I used to make fun of. And all the bars right here become that cheese and wine type crowd, you know, craft beers and
Craft beers are okay, but it just really depends on who's doing the work. We've got some decent microbreweries around.
my old favorite one, it used to be called Dr. Feelgoods. I can't even remember what it's called now. They've got like 60 taps of craft beer. And I'm like, I was in there for all of about 15 minutes. And I'm like, do y'all have any beer flavored beer?
Right?
Yeah, that's my brother's bar. It's a sports bar / IPA place. It's kind of too snooty for me. My sister has a tavern, so we go to the tavern. My grandparents ran a tavern for years.
A good old place you just sit there at the bar, drink beer or whatever, shoot shit with everybody.
Yeah, at my grandparents' tavern, the big draw was I don't know if you've ever seen one. They were bowling machines where you had an actual ball.
Yeah.
25 feet long. It was like a shuffle, almost like a shuffleboard, but it had actual balls. They had leagues that came in and played, and people bring their kids. You know, kids you'd see 4 or 5-year-olds curled up in the corner booth, and they were there. You know, they'd have their 2 beers and play bowling all night long. And I don't care how big he is. The one person that came in at bar wasn't afraid of my grandma, but she would fuck them up. If someone came in that she couldn't fuck up, she could find somebody who would do it for her.
Yeah, so we've
Yeah,
lost
but-
all of our neighborhood bars. They're independently owned, but they're trying to operate like they're some clean corporate. Just they all
They're trying to
vanilla.
cater to the new crowd, and it's not going very well. The new crowd isn't going to pay their bills.
Yeah, you need a couple of rowdies like I used to be. You know, going there and spend stupid dollars, getting shit faced drunk, couldn't even find their car in the parking lot. Like, that's when we had the Pioneer. I DJ'd out there. At midnight, we had dollar shots at the bar.
Oh yeah, dollar shots.
Oh, that was always fun.
Yeah, I used to have to get a ride home from dollar shot night because I couldn't find my house if I tried, and I only lived 3 blocks from the bar.
Of course, I flirt. You know, I flirt with everybody in the place. And, the ones that were single, I'd get the. You know, we had 2 shooter girls get up on the bar, and I'd slip each one of them a 20. I says, "That's the limit." Had some interesting nights there, should we say? It was always fun because we had a mechanical bull too.
Oh yeah, we used to have a country bar up the street here that had a mechanical bull. That place was a blast. During COVID, they ended up closing, and they sold the place, and somebody else has bought it, and it looks like they're trying to resurrect it as a bar. I haven't really paid a mind to it because anybody that would hang around in it wouldn't be anybody I'd associate with.
That's old girl that owned or managed the Pioneer out there, and she was country to the bone. I'm talking Tammy Wynette, George Jones. I'm like, this crowd ain't into that kind of music. I mean, I played a lot of country. Well, a lot of karaoke was country, so
Yeah.
we take break for the karaoke. I played AC/DC and shit like that. Played some dance music, or she'd be all red faced, but look at the dance floor. The damn thing was full.
Yeah, people were having a good time. That's the whole idea between having music is for people to actually enjoy it.
Right. You know, you play George Jones, you sell them 2 beers. You play some dance music, you get all the girls on the dance floor. The guys are over there buying multiple drinks because they hoping to honeymoon at least one of them that night. She used to complain, but she said, I can't argue with the bar sales.
Oh no, when they banned smoking, I was more than happy to continue to go. I don't know how many nights I went in the club. I used to photograph local bands. You know how much what it takes to fucking clean your cameras when you've been in a smoke-filled room? I would go home, I would take my clothes off out on the porch, go inside, take a shower, and spend 3 hours cleaning my fucking camera. It'd be daylight before I got to bed.
Most of the bars around here have patios, which is a smoking section. And it's all
now they do because it's not legal to smoke inside anymore.
Unless it's a blizzard or whatever. But yeah, because it's not you can't smoke inside anywhere anymore.
Yeah, like I said, when they did that, I was happy with that.
They pulled that here. No smoking in any public establishment.
Yep.
And within 100 feet of the front door.
The bars complained about it, but they weren't. You know, City of Huntsville did the same thing. Well, all the bar owners up there got together and fought it and won. City of Gadsden did it. Of course,
that environment is dangerous for everybody because secondhand smoke is bad.
But then you can go. Atala's got 2 bars. City of Atala, they don't have a smoking ban, so you can go in the bars there. Problem is, both bars over there are dance clubs, should we say?
Yeah, that's state law here, so it doesn't matter.
Oh.
Yep. Same You're not
Hello.
smoking anywhere.
A lot of
Outdoors.
have a patio. You can have a patio outside that where it's legal, but inside the actual building, nope.
Well, it's over on Chestnut Street. We've got Chestnut Station. Right next to it's Lucy's After Dark. Well, they're old part of the old downtown district. The building, well, Lucy's is on the corner. All right, the building behind Lucy's burn out, and then of course there's another building where they bought all that. They turned that area where the building it burnt was took out, and they've turned that into the smoking area. It's got a roof over it, but it's very ventilated. It actually worked out pretty good. They went in and did a bunch of masonry work. It's beautiful. You know, you can go in there and you can still hear the music, and you know they got generally around 10 o'clock they get a bartender out there, so you're not going back in and out.
Yeah, one of the restaurants that my son works at, they have a patio, and they have full service out on the patio.
Yeah. Or most of these have a bar inside and outside. It just has a like a giant glass sliding door. If it gets super cold, they just close it off. But other than that, because it's got heat and everything else out there, if it's blowing wind.
No, this is an open patio.
Yeah, it's got a roof. Most of them have a roof on them, but it always got me was when I did still smoke that we'd get yelled at all the time for smoking in the parking garage, which was open. And the guy sitting there yelling at me was running a diesel truck, and I just let it sit there running.
Yeah.
They were bitching at me about having one cigarette on my break. Going from work, I'd run out to the car.
In an open environment.
Open side of the building, and he's sitting there with sitting in the diesel, telling me I can't have a cigarette with a diesel just pouring black smoke out of it. But I don't have to worry about it no more because I don't smoke anymore. So.
Once, and the Golden Goose over just east of the river. It's a biker bar. I mean, hardcore biker bar. And
That's
you go
fine.
by there, you go in there on a Friday or Saturday night. The bar itself looks like they're not open. But you go out on the back deck, there's where everybody's at. The dance floor, the band, the DJ, they're all out there.
Yep. Yeah, 80% of the people on the patios at the bars here don't smoke. But that's where the party is, where the crowd is. That and the inside they got the sound system running so loud you can't even hear yourself think.
Yeah. Well, that's like I said, the Golden Goose. I mean, we've got 3 of the different bike clubs around there. That's their hangout. You got 9 out of every 10 patrons in there that does smoke. It's like, well, this makes the front there kind of useless because everybody's out back.
Yeah, where my son works, it's open patio, so it's only open during the good weather.
Yeah.
Well, here they got it through as it being a workplace hazard for the people working there having a secondhand smoke.
Yeah.
That's how they got it through here.
My sister's worse. She'll want to go somewhere to eat. Well, it's got to be in Rainbow City. I said, why? Because they're the only ones that let us smoke. I said, shit, I'm going to eat, not smoke.
Right.
I can do that. But now drinking without a cigarette is no. That's peanut butter and jelly for adults. Oh. But I'm not absolutely tired. I mean, if there's someone in my truck and they don't smoke, I don't smoke in my truck. Now, here in the shop, depending on the temperature, but if I can open the back doors over here and have the fan on, I'll sit right in front of it and have one. my dad, he ain't smoked in 50 some years. So I don't smoke in the house.
Yeah, there's no smoking in the house here. If you want a cigarette, your ass goes outside. Even when I smoked, I never smoked inside.
And I use a lot of Febreze out here in the shop.
That stuff's just as dangerous as the cigarettes.
But it smells better.
It does, but it's still in the air,
Oh,
still a propellant.
Well, I've gotten, bottle boxes from people that they smoke other things than cigarettes.
Uh-huh.
So I've learned that, Febreze
Yeah,
will take care of that.
I get ones that smell like cigarettes in garage. that a car ran in here kind of smell,
Yeah.
That gets in the paper and it's just I end up taking the kids out of the boxes, getting rid of the boxes.
I don't know if they still make it, but we used to use Ozium all the time.
Uh,
Ozium?
I
I think I've ever heard of that.
The white can spray. And
yeah, we sell it in the auto department at work. Most stores carry it. It's what they use when they clean the cigarette stench out of vehicles.
yeah.
After they scrub them down and wash all the fabric and carpet and whatnot, and then they use that to get the rest of the smell.
When I spoke,
That's
they used
what
to
gets the
carry
new
one.
car smell.
Used to carry one in my suitcase in case I had to stay at a hotel that didn't have a smoking room.
I remember having a smokeless ashtray.
My mom had one of those.
It worked fine as long as the cigarette was laying in the ashtray. When you was puffing on it, well, slot car track I used to race that over Smyrna, Georgia. The owner smoked, his wife smoked, 70% of the racers smoked, and he had put a filters deal, vacuum deal, over the oval track we raced on. And between the smokers, the race car, the slot cars running around the track, and that, if you walked in the shop, you'd see this cloud of smoke swirling around above the track in the same direction the cars are going and going into that vent. One guy says, if it wasn't for having a gasoline smell, you'd swear down we was at the real track. See, we run hobby cars on Friday night, and then any given Friday night, we'd have 40, 50 cars. It's an 8-lane track. We did a lot of racing. You run heat races and features.
Supposed to be almost 60 again tonight. And then go back down in the 40s for the rest of the week.
That's a bad thing. I can't find a comfortable position. Sit, lay, whatever.
Now, boys and girls, we're coming up on 10 o'clock, so I'm going to shut her down.
Yeah, I gotta go chase Dad down and give him his meds. find
Glad
the
everybody
chat.
popped in the chat and came in live. I'm happy to see you there. If nobody wants to set one up next Thursday, I'll try to do one then. But if somebody else wants to do one live, you're more than welcome to.
Yeah, we'll see what happens next week.
Yep. Well, everybody in the chat, Edward, Kevin, Miss Marcy, King Bob,
Yeah.
y'all have a good evening.
Good night, Don.
All right, y'all take care.
Night, everybody.
Good night, everybody. See you later.